Welcome to Pocono for the running of the Pocono 150. On the pole for today's race is John Gambit, to the outside is Jim Gambit. In third we have Hunter Bob, fourth is Tyler Lyman, and Luke Rainey rounds out the top five. Your points leader Junior Ramos starts the race at ninth. So it's going to be a wild race, cut-off race before the chase here at Pocono. Drivers needing wins, drivers needing points to get up into the top 5 and points to use those wins. Drivers just needing to get in. Luke Rainey's only 36 behind Junior Ramos. If he could get to the points lead, he will get in. Or if there's 9 winners, he would get in as he's the highest person with that win. Pace car is off. 9 laps at Pocono, a quick race. Who makes the Pennzoil Truck Series chase? The green flag is in the air. We're racing at the tricky triangle. Off of turn 1 down the backstretch. A pretty good even start for your front two, the Gambits. Jim Gambit on the outside got a good run. Oh, Hunter Bob sideways in the tunnel. Somehow hung onto it. Allows the Gambits to pull away. And also Tyler Lyman, Hunter Bob, Stuart Grattan made some contact, I believe. Hunter Bob was completely sideways. Almost got Luke Rainey and all that. Rainey needs a good run. Jim Gambit on the outside clears John Gambit. And we'll leave that number 1. 3 wide behind. Luke Rainey trying to make ground. Couldn't get it. Good try. Pull back up in front of Pullman because now they hit 1. Don't forget, as Junior Ramos to his outside, that could be bad for him. He needs to finish enough ahead of Ramos to be able to get to the points and battle for the race lead. John Gambit's back on Jim Gambit. The Gambit's right now battling hard. Junior Ramos and Luke Rainey are side by side. There's John Gambit, not enough draft. Trying to stay with Jim. It looks like he will into the tunnel. They make some contact. John Gambit sideways, able to hang on to it. That had Tyler Lyman check up, and now Stuart Grattan has joined this battle. Grattan is going for third, possibly even second, as he slides up into John Gambit, forces the 9-9 up the track just a little bit. And Stuart Grattan, a driver that needs a win badly, going for second at Pocono. Is this going to be one fast race? Side by side, dead even across the line. It looks like they'll give it to John Gambit there for a second. But Jim Gambit has won 2 races already this season. A third one just keep someone out of the chase. That could be something he wants. Brandon Butler Sr. in the 81 drives underneath Stuart Grattan. Did not get enough for a run. Grattan still trying to battle with John Gambit for second. They'll now approach the tunnel turn. They are 3 wide behind Brandon Butler Sr. in a weird position. Junior Ramos backed out, knowing that that would not be a smart move to do this early in the race. They're still side by side for a second. No room. Looks like Brandon Butler Sr. giving the 9 truck a nice big push to try and clear John Gambit. It did not work. In fact, it might have hurt Stuart Grattan. As Grattan went off into the corner faster than they wanted to, it's still going to be a Gambit 1-2 at the front. John Gambit clears for second. Stuart Grattan's going to try and fall into third. Brandon Butler Sr. going to the outside of the 9 truck. Can the 9 pull up? He's trying, he can't. Look at Luke Rainey, forced the issue, he needs to. Tried to get Ramos to lift it, instead hurt Luke Rainey more. The inside lane, not the place to be in 1, and it showed right there. In fact, with these trucks, it looks like the outside might just be the place to be everywhere. John Gambit on the back bumper of Jim as they approach the tunnel turn. How close they're getting for the race. Look how close they're getting back there. Junior Ramos and Brandon Butler Sr. getting close. John Gambit with a push from Stuart Grattan into 3. The outside works here a lot, unless Jim goes up the track a lot. John Gambit trying. Can he clear Jim Gambit to take the race lead? John Gambit has not won a race this season. This would be very beneficial to him. As he crosses the stripe, he gets to the race lead. But can he hold it is the question, as they are now going to approach turn 1. Junior Ramos is coming. He has a big run. Luke Rainey again trying to make a dive bomb move into 1. This time it actually worked pretty well for him as John Gambit clears. Stuart Grattan's to second. Junior Ramos trying to hang on. Third is now Jim Gambit. Ramos! Whoa! He almost came up into Lyman. Here comes Jim Gambit back on Stuart Grattan trying to get that Gambit 1-2 back. Slides up into Grattan. They're making some contact here. They're making contact. They're in the wall. They're wrecking. Who's all involved? Jeff Bright's involved. Grattan spinning in the middle of the pack. This will end the race. They're still wrecking. But John Gambit gets away. Junior Ramos in second. Luke Rainey third. And that will probably be the race as John Gambit gets to the line to win at Pocono. The Pocono 115. That's going to probably get him into the chase. Problems for Jim Gambit and Stuart Grattan as they wreck coming off the tunnel. Here they are racing through the tunnel. Jim Gambit just drives it up into Stuart Grattan. They go up and hit the wall pretty hard. Stuart Grattan goes right around, so does Jim Gambit. Gambit does a 360 and keeps going. Grattan in the middle of the pack gets the 3 of Jeff Bright. Eli Bright then gets involved with that. Stuart Grattan gets hit by Jeff Samito. Who else is in it? Ooh, the 92, the 29. And how does this affect the chase? See, left air Stu Cole goes around. Jeff Bright still going around. And that's going to end the race and give John Gambit a victory at Pocono as long as he can hang on. We'll come back, coming towards the checkered. Here they are on the white flag lap. We're on the final lap of the race. John Gambit has been able to hold the lead. It looks like he'll win today here at Pocono. Stuart Grattan, Jeff Bright, and Brant Butler are all out of this race. So we have 29 trucks that will finish. And John Gambit with a clutch win. He needs this to get into the chase. However, is he top 25 in points? Will he make the chase if he gets this win? Has something happened to possibly knock someone out of the top 25 in points? This could be wild. Right now, coming into today, we had, I think, 9 different winners in the top 25, which would allow 1 points guy. Does that change today, or does it stay the same? Does someone fall out? Does someone stay in? Who knows? Here we go. In 3, John Gambit will pick up a win in the Pennzoil Truck Series at Pocono, the Pocono 150. As they come off the final corner, checkered flag is in the air. John Gambit can see it now as he comes down the front stretch. The Pennzoil Truck Series first visit to Pocono ends with the John Gambit victory. The 99 truck to victory lane at Pocono. As the field comes across, let's check the finishing results and let's see who made the chase. Here are the finishing results from the Pocono 150 at Pocono. There was one caution flag that ended the race for 4 laps and 1 lead change among 2 different drivers. The guy that started on pole, John Gambit, wins the race. He led 6 laps. Junior Ramos for points leader ends up 2nd. Luke Rainey 3rd. 4th, Hunter Bob. And 5th, we had Tyler Lyman. Dale Petty ends up 6th. Dan Bandon 7th. Griffin Lynn 8th. 9th, Eli Bright. And 10th, Brandon Butler Sr. So there's your top 20. See, Jim Gambit also led 3 laps. So the Gambits dominated today at Pocono. Jim Gambit involved in the final caution. That's why he finishes 11th. And it's very interesting to see who made the chase. All winners make the chase, so no people point their way in. That's a shame for Luke Rainey, who did everything he could today to try and get a win, to try and finish the best he could. And if that final caution doesn't come out, we could see something very different. We could see Luke Rainey possibly win the race. We could see someone else win the race. We could see Junior Ramos fall back. Anything could have happened there to try and change the points. But in the end, winners make the chase. And now let's go to those point standings, see who made the first ever Pennzoil Truck Series chase. So as we enter the final 7 races, the final chase races, the drivers in the chase, your 10 drivers are Junior Ramos, Brandon Butler Sr., Dan Bandon. John Gambit makes it in with this final clutch victory. Eric Hayden, Trey Rainey, Jim Gambit, Josh Amito, Eli Bright, and Griffin Lynn. Those 10 are going to make the chase. Hunter Bob, so close, a point from beating Griffin Lynn to make the chase. That just shows how wild it is. Drivers that weren't in contention but had a win. Christian Merrick Jr., after winning Daytona, had a pretty good start to the season, fell off and finishes 27th in the points and not what he wanted. Same with Jacob Morgan, who won Bristol. They will not be able to make the chase. So those are the 10 drivers that make the chase. Going to be a wild 7 races, and it's going to start out with the Subway 200 at Phoenix. See you guys then.